Is tonight. Republican Congressman Michael Grimm of New York, former FBI agent, rode the Tea Party wave to victory, and he'll sit on the Financial Services Committee. And we also have Congressman Cedric Richmond of Louisiana. He's from New Orleans. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. It's good to have you. What is it like that you didn't expect? Mr. Grimm, Congressman, you walk on the floor today. You're out there with everybody. That's my favorite question. What didn't you expect that you saw?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's more of what's gone on outside than more of what's been on the floor, and that's how much of a buzz and excitement there is from the general public, from America. I think everyone's very excited about this new Congress, and for good reason. You know, there's a lot of work to be done, and I think the 112th Congress across the board is energized to do the job that needs to get done. Mr.
Richmond, you're surprised sitting on the floor for the first time today.
Well, I won't say I was surprised, but I will say it was very humbling, especially when you sit next to great American heroes like John Lewis and other members of Congress who really you watched and you read about in the textbooks, and now you're actually serving in Congress with them. So it was a very humbling experience, but I think that the American people want us here with all of the attention on them and the fact that they're waking up every day struggling. So it's just an exciting time to be here, and I agree that it's been a very wonderful day as a first day with family and friends and really just getting adjusted.
Mr. Grimm, Congressman, you go in there today to it's a virgin forest for you. You've never voted before in the House, and yet you're sitting around with guys and women who've been there for a long time. You have made promises in the campaign, I'm sure, about reducing the national debt, reducing spending. All that spending's going on, notwithstanding the presence of all those veteran members. They have never cut it. They've had their chance. They haven't done it before. Why will they do it now? Why will you get them to do it? How will you get them to do something they never wanted to do before? Cut spending.
Well, I actually think the answer is simple. For the first time, I think even the members that have been here for many years get the fact that this is the last chance. It doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or Democrat. This is the last chance for Congress to redeem itself and to earn back really the respect of the American people, which it should have. And to do that, they have to simply do what they're supposed to do. The debt in this nation is crippling us. It's not just destroying us here. It's impossible to keep this nation safe with this much debt. So first and foremost, our job is to keep America safe. So they have no choice, and I think that they realize that, and they understand why they're here.
Mr. Richmond, it's easy to say you want to do the people's will, and I just wonder what the people want. The latest poll we have says they want to tax the rich or cut defense. Republicans say they want to cut entitlements. They want to cut the discretionary spending. If you let the American people poll on this, would they cut the budget? Would they actually reduce Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Defense Department? Would they actually cut things? Do you think they would?
No, actually, I think that, especially in my area, that people really defer to our judgment. Now, do I think that there's a certain percentage out there? Of course, everybody will cut programs that are not important to them. You will not find seniors in favor of cutting Social Security. You won't find some people in favor of cutting Medicare. But that's what we're going to have to come here and do. We're going to have to make some tough decisions. But the one thing I feel some comfort in is the fact that I think that most Americans understand that the country's sick right now. We may not like the medicine we're going to have to take, but we're going to have to take it to make the country a better country. And I think that that's what they want. And I know that as freshmen coming in, we are a little idealistic in terms of what we can do.
Well, that's good.
But I do think that we are willing to work across the aisle. I think that we want to do what November 2nd, I think, taught me, was that the American people want this entire conversation back on them. They don't want to hear about Democrats or Republicans. They want to hear about what's going to change their quality of life.
Mr. Grimm, I don't have a lot of faith in just plebiscites where you just vote the way the latest poll goes, because then you don't need a Congress, just go with the wind. But look at the latest poll we got. Here's a poll that shows that in Vanity Fair in 60 Minutes, it says tax the rich. 61% say do that. 20-some% say cut defense. Cut Medicare, Social Security, way at the bottom. The public, if you poll them, want to do the easier stuff. Tax the people they aren't, the very rich. Cut defense, they're not in the Defense Department. Can you just do what the Speaker said today? Just do what the people want? Well, do you think the people would vote the way you're going to have to vote and actually cut programs? Would the average person in Bay Ridge or in Staten Island walk into Congress and start cutting Social Security, Medicare, the Defense Department? Would they do that?
I don't think it's as simple as that. And I think when they actually look at it and look at all the factors, most people, what they want is prudence. They want someone to sit down and pragmatically make decisions that are reasonable and are responsible for this nation. Like, let's talk about defense. If you ask someone, would you cut this defense knowing that it may make us weaker and open us up to another terrorist attack? I think they're going to say, no, let's not do that. Remember that the federal government's first job is to keep us safe.
I agree.
So you can't just start cutting defense. No, this is a tough job.
So where do you cut?
Well, everywhere you possibly can, and I think my colleague said it well. The one thing that I have faith in the people is that they realize that cuts are going to be coming across the board. A little bit from everywhere is going to have to be part of it because everyone's going to have to share this pain. The reality is, like a family at home, they have to manage the household. So we in Congress have to manage our household here for the United States.
Okay, you represent a great district, Mr. Grimm, and so do you, Mr. Richmond. They're growth districts I know well. Just imagine representing Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. What an honor that is. Huey Carey had that honor. Paul Attanasio should have had that honor. Anyway, thank you, Michael Grimm. Thank you, Cedric Richmond, sir. Gentlemen, congratulations. A program note, by the way, tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern, White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs joins Chuck Todd.